Do you have any gaps in employment or gaps in relevant work experience? If so, I have a simple tip for you that will help you get around those gaps of employment on your resume. Hey, I'm Abby and welcome back to the Life Work Balance YouTube channel. Before I share with you this one tip, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're looking forward to today's content. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can receive life work balance advice delivered directly to you every Sunday. So let's say that you are applying to a job, but your most recent work experience isn't the most relevant to the job that you're applying to. Like, for example, let's say that you're applying to a job in the tech industry, but your current employment is as a waiter or waitress in the service industry. Maybe you have a literal employment gap. Like, maybe you took some time off to raise your kids, or maybe you took a gap year. So regardless of the reason why you have this gap, here is my simple way to make your gap not too obvious. Title your work experience section, Relevant Professional Experience. It's that simple. Relevant Professional Experience. You do not title this section Plain Old Experience. You do not title this section Work Experience, or Paid Experience, or Employment History. You use the specific words Relevant Professional Experience for a variety of reasons. First, the word relevant indicates to whoever's looking at your resume that you have other experience, it's just not relevant to the position that you're applying to. The other reason why you would want to use the word relevant professional experience is because that opens up the door to include experience that is not just paid work experience. You could include things like unpaid internships or volunteer experience. You are likely going to be expected to behave yourself in a professional way, even if you're not being paid or compensated for your time in those types of jobs. So titling this section as Relevant Professional Experience allows you to get rid of other headers that you might have on your resume, like volunteer experience or internships. And instead, you can combine that all under one section, Relevant Professional Experience. This is very important because your resume, when you're applying to any job, should be 1 to 2 pages long. Any more than that, the reviewer will likely not look at your resume or will not look at those additional pages. So it's important that you put all of the most relevant experience and the most relevant information on your resume and you keep it to only 1 to 2 pages long. So by titling it Relevant Professional Experience, you can get rid of some of that extra wasted space that those headers may take up. It also allows you to be vicious with the amount of information that you choose to remove from your resume. So even though you may have a job that's maybe not exactly relevant to the work that you're doing, there may be some relevant experiences or relevant duties or responsibilities that you would like to include on your resume. This gives you permission to include 3 to 5 bullets of that specific job and the roles and responsibilities and the experience that you have from that job without going into detail about all the other unrelated things that that position may include. So really, if there's one tip that I could give to anyone that I work with when it comes to overcoming employment gaps, whether it's literal gaps of employment or just gaps in relevant experience, it's using this header for your work experience section, Relevant Professional Experience. It allows you to combine a lot of different types of work, whether it's paid or unpaid, as well as allows you to include only the relevant experience from each job that relates to the position that you're applying to. Now, while you may need to include on your application all of your work experience, your resume is really just a snapshot of the relevant experience that you're bringing to the table for this particular job. That's why tailored resumes are so important to the job search process. If you were to include a resume that had all of your work experience on it, it could potentially be a mishmash of different jobs in different industries, and it wouldn't make much sense to the employer or whoever's looking at your resume. However, creating a tailored resume that's tailored to the position that you're applying to allows you to be very specific and very intentional about the information that you're including on your resume. You can be even more specific and more intentional by titling this experience section Relevant Professional Experience. So hopefully that gives you a good starting place to how to overcome that employment gap. If you have any other questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas about this topic, please go ahead and put them in the comments box below. I love reading through all of the comments that come through. I do respond to them each individually, so if you leave me a comment, I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every Sunday. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.